years old.
I'm 56.
22.
22.
Age is 52.
23 years old.
55.
56. 20 years old.
Age 22.
Maintenance worker.
Sort of retired from engineering.
I work at the hospital.
I am a full-time student.
Professor.
Development Director for Intercambio.
Currently unemployed. Commodity trader.
Unemployed college graduate.
I don't practice any specific religion.
I'm not affiliated with any organized religion.
Agnostic or atheist.
I would have to say Catholic.
Atheist.
No religious affiliation.
No religious affiliation. Atheist.
Strictly Catholic. My whole family on both sides all went to Catholic school.
I was raised Catholic. I went to Catholic school 1st through 8th grade, but it was never really enforced upon me. Religion wasn't really practiced in my family all that much, but I did go to Catholic school, and I guess that's how I was raised.
My parents took me to a couple, Sunday schools, but they never pushed really any kind of religion on me, so it wasn't a part of my life.
Episcopalian.
Lutheran.
Judaism. But not a whole lot of it. I didn't really grow up with any religion in my family. It was kind of like you can choose what you want to be when you're older.
You know, to church every day until we discovered the Church of Tennis when I was about 11 years old.
I actually liked Catholic school.
And that's what we did with our Sundays. And then we stopped going to church and stopped having it all finished. And we did, this Church of Tennis was more powerful than the Episcopal Church.
Until about like grade 6 or whatever, when you're like, I want to say 12, 13, and you start to kind of like question stuff. I definitely started to dislike it.
Yeah, guilt, shame. It's all, in my opinion, it's all Christian. A lot of it has to do with Christianity.
It would have been different. I would have had faith.
Well, I went to Catholic school for the first 8 years of my life, and it was interesting, but I look back now and I think I was brainwashed.
I was thinking about it the other day. I think it probably was a driving factor in my master's thesis on the human experience of shame.
I actually liked the religious part of it, and I think because when you're young, you believe stuff's, you believe it so readily, and so I liked that part of it. I liked going to church. I liked like celebrating Christmas and holidays, and
I never could figure out why you had to baptize newborn infants. Because I couldn't figure out what they'd done that was so shameful.
It made me feel very comfortable. I'm very safe because I had a real strong belief in God, and because of that, I had a very secure, I think, up when I was growing up, I felt real secure.
Until I figured out it was the doctrine of original sin by St. Augustine,
Right.
where it's the very semen of the male that is the
Tainted.
yeah, that creates the sin of the world, and therefore by when you wash the head of the infant, you're washing off the sins of humanity, literally and figuratively. Next question.
All right.
It is out there.
I do not believe in God. I consider myself an atheist.
I definitely still believe in God.
I'd like to think that there's greater forces at work.
I don't believe in God in like a traditional sense.
In the sense of the Roman Catholic religion, definitely not. Because, like I was saying, like in high school, I kind of lost a lot of that background and believing in it.
I don't believe in a traditional God as in a singular God and an omnibenevolent God or an omnipotent, omnipresent God. I do believe in some sort of higher power or some sort of connectedness between living things and some sort of energy that may or may not be considered a God.
No, I don't.
I still struggle with that question.
I don't believe in the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus either.
There's definitely, you know, something going on greater than we can perceive, I would think, but you know, I don't believe in a God.
For a long time I've been agnostic, where I believe in something, I'm just not sure what it is. Although I'm not sure I would call it God.
When I talk with my mom about this, she doesn't really believe in God, but she believes in a higher spiritual power. I don't really believe in that, you know. I believe in what I can see and feel and stuff like that.
On the other hand, I also believe that it's equally possible that when I die, it's done.
It'd be wonderful if it was. It'd be kind of cool. But I just don't think so. 8 Ball says probably not.
I stopped believing in Jesus as like Christ and having risen from the dead.
I do believe that there's like a collective energy.
Some sort of harmony to what the world and nature and things like that, and the way things relate to one another.
Obviously, I've given thought to the possibility that it's a female or it's asexual. You could say it's.
I do kind of believe in miracles. They're just not divine. I think life's a miracle.
I really think life is sacred. I think that's all we have. Like, I think that's a really, really special thing that doesn't happen all the time.
But I do still think it's a he.
And I think that in itself, like, looking at life around you, I really think you can pick up on all the ethics and morals that religion would give you, just if you look at life and what life can teach you.
I think that just respect for life in general is divine.
But I do believe that there's something beyond what I can perceive, because I feel that the human brain is so small and so limited in its ability to perceive what's going on, that I know there's more out there. What I choose to call that is just the beyond.
Right.
Cool things just happen sometimes.